Hello, hello, hello. It is time for another unboxing. Just cutting my head off there. So I have the horror pack for the month of January because I have no concept of time. So I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to unbox them, and then future me is going to come in and give you a little description about it. And then so that the which movies and basic info is divulged within just a few minutes. And then I'm going to go into sort of a pricing and evaluation section. So let's see what they sent us. First off, we have The Dead, Undead, Vampires versus Zombies. So we have vampires fighting zombies, and humans are caught in the middle. The title's fairly self-explanatory. Just as you can tell, it's the tin version. We have the collector's edition of Hannibal. We have Hannibal, probably the most recognizable of the movies that came out. So we have Dr. Hannibal Lecter returning for another set of mind games with with Agent Starling. So Hannibal. Next up we have Shadow. Next up we have Shadow, and I'm going to be reading from the back way too overdramatically. Horror icon Tony Todd of Candyman delivered his most powerful and evil performance as Shadow, an executed and resurrected serial killer who invades a woman's prison in search of the girl known only as Solitaire. Solitaire senses her impending doom and prepares to single-handedly take on Shadow and his army of zombies in a supernatural martial arts showdown. Shadow: Dead Riot is a unique stylistic fusion of Asian-style action, zombie horror, and women's prison drama. And the final one in the DVD pack of the month is Out of the Dark. Out of the Dark. We have a young couple moving to a Colombian town, and all is going well until their daughter is kidnapped. To recover their daughter, they must uncover a dark secret that will haunt them for the rest of their lives. Alright, it's time for the pricing and evaluation portion. And as always, I do these in the order of how excited I was to receive them. So, the order may be strange, but it's my order, so it's there. First off, we have Shadow, because for some unknown reason, I actually own this movie. The reason is I was stockpiling DVDs for a while. So, it's got a 3.5 out of 5 on Amazon and a 4.1 out of 10 on IMDb. And you can find this for about $4.50 to $6.50 on eBay. Not sure how many of them are, flooded from people who got this box and just want to get rid of it. Never can tell. But on Amazon, it is going for $10. So that is Shadow. Second, we have Hannibal. And not particularly surprising, I own this one. So, though I don't own the steel case, so there's that. So this is going for $6 in the steel case on Amazon and $10 for the regular case. So they do that thing where they sort of hide it to where if you look at it, it pops up with the one which is just the regular special edition and has the price, and it lists different DVD prices, so you'd actually have to go and find it. And then on eBay, this was going for between $9 and $14. Once again, not sure how many people are selling it from this pack because this was an incredibly popular movie when it came out, and it seems like people who would have wanted it probably would have bought it. So I don't know what the market is on people who still need to get this. Oh, I'm sure there's a market because people discover new things every day, but I'm not sure about its inclusion in the pack just because of that. I don't really see why. It just seems like a movie that a lot of people would own. So a movie that probably would have been further up on the list if I hadn't owned other movies, we have The Dead Undead. So this one is going for $6 on Amazon and between $6 and $10 on eBay. Used copies cheaper. And it got a 2.3 out of 5 on Amazon and a 3 out of 10 on IMDb. So without actually watching these movies, because sometimes I like movies like that, it seems pretty low. It seems to have a pretty low score for a movie to pick. So even though it got that third spot, it's really because I own the other two. Finally, we have Out of the Dark, which is the one I don't own and isn't The Dead Undead, so of course it gets that final spot. It is going for $10.50 on Amazon and between $9 and $14 on eBay. And so got a 3.5 out of 5 on Amazon and a 4.7 out of 10 on IMDb. So I did some calculations and I got between $25.50, being you found all the cheapest prices, and $46 being you just take the first thing you see and it's just the highest, or even you might even have to go out of your way to find those highest prices. I did adjust it. I did do a special adjustment of changing that to $30.50 out of 46 because of hiding it in Amazon, and I'm not sure how many people do much more than just a basic search. Actually see why there's different versions, because why would you unless you cared? And if you cared, you would. So even with that, I'd probably put the price range closer to the lower $30-$50 range, maybe just a few dollars more, just because some of those lowest prices ones you can't find. But a lot of those low prices ones were also fairly close to Amazon prices, so there's a bunch of them. So this pack is $20 a month. That includes shipping. So you got somewhat more than you paid for, but the ratings on most of these movies not too high, especially The Dead Undead. I mean, your ratings are offset by Hannibal, which is, people really like it, so that's higher. And I don't think I mentioned it, so that was 4.3 out of 5 on Amazon and 6.8 out of 10 on IMDb. So that is the DVD version of Horror Pack. Sort of a mixed bag. Personally, not the biggest fan because I own 2 of them, and one of them, who knows. So, I mean, it's better than some of the other months, but the DVD packs tend to struggle compared to the Blu-ray one. So, bear that in mind. So that is the Horror Pack DVD version for January.